We bought our Swift Kon-Tiki from Oaktree Motorhomes near Nottingham in December of 2021, and since then, each year, we've made upgrades and changes to make it into our perfect motorhome. We'll talk you through what we've done and why, and we know it won't be to everyone's taste, but that's okay, we're all different.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. We've come back from our bloody expensive trip to concierge camping. If you haven't seen that video, I'm sure Dora will link it somewhere around. And you've got me cleaning the solar panels. The sun is kind of out. It is windy though, it's really windy. We've had quite a lot of questions about what upgrades we've done to the van. So we thought, why not give you a bit of an overview of all the bits and bobs we've done. And as I'm up here, let's start with electrical and solar.
And at the end of the vlog, we'll reveal Ricky's new car.
We have added 2 more panels on top of what we had, which is 1 panel from the factory up on the roof, which gives us a total of 460 watts. 110 on the original panel and 2 175s, which we added. And despite the fact we've got a huge roof, there's actually really little room to add any more panels. I'm going to tell you a bit more, by the way, about the electrical system we've got when I get down off this ladder. I'm going to get down before I get blown down. Right, I am down, although my cloth is in the grass. Hang on. Let's get inside and talk electrical. On top of the solar, which I've just shown you, the rest of our system comprises of a 460 amp hour lithium battery. We've got the Victron Multi-Plus inverter. We've upgraded our B2B, so when we're driving, we're getting much more power into the batteries from the alternator. And we've had many more sockets put in around the motorhome, which effectively means we can use this van like we're on hookup the whole time. It means all those life's essentials, what I really mean is the coffee machine obviously, can be used wherever we are, on hookup or not, it does not matter. And we've also got the servo, which you can probably see on the wall behind, and effectively that's the brain, that's the control center of the system. So not only can I see what's going on, the beauty is your installer can also log on remotely and they can look at the system as well. So if you've got a problem and you're anywhere in the world and you've got internet, they can have a look at your system and hopefully fix it remotely to get you back up and running again. So that's really clever. It was installed by LBB Electrical, so if you're looking for a system, I cannot recommend them highly enough. It's perfect for us, and that's the key thing. John listened to what we wanted and made sure we got the right system for us. And if all that power wasn't enough, we've also got an EcoFlow Delta Max Plus and the Juicy Brucey cable for those winter months when you haven't got the solar coming in off the roof and you need a bit of extra power for things like a coffee. They're tucked away in the garage. Our upgrades in this section include the Max Air Fan. Now, if you haven't got one of these and you haven't seen them, they are brilliant. They're kind of like the halfway house between nothing and aircon. They can extract air, they can also draw air into your van depending on what you want to do. And if you've got space, you've got 2 skylights, you can actually put one in each and use one to draw air in and the other one to suck it back out again. And it really creates that airflow. You know, when you get those really hot, stuffy summer's nights and you just cannot move the air, you've got the windows and everything open, these literally drag the air through your van and they cool it down incredibly well, almost giving you the feeling that you've got aircon when you haven't. So they are absolutely brilliant. John installed that as part of our electrical install and that's been fantastic, absolutely fantastic. They've got a weather shield as well, so you can even run them when it's raining and you're not going to get any rain in. The other thing in the heating and ventilation section of this video is our diesel heater. We had the auto-term diesel heater installed, which has been absolutely fantastic. It gives you extra heat, it gives you alternative heat in the winter, so you're not churning through LPG. It's actually plumbed into the main diesel tank. I know some come with like a separate little reservoir, which has lots of mucking around to put the diesel in. This is just fed from the main tank. And the other beauty with the auto term is that in the summer, you can put it on ventilation mode and it actually drags cold air into the van from underneath, helping to cool the van. And that's something you don't often think about. When you think diesel heater, you think hot air in winter, but that's a cheeky little bonus. So we love our diesel heater, and that's the auto term diesel heater. Now we need to go outside while I show you the last thing in this section. Now this was actually the first upgrade we ever did. So we took out our Calagas bottles and we replaced them with 2 Gaslow refillable cylinders in here. We've got the external filling point, and this was absolutely fantastic. It's much easier in Europe. The LPG is everywhere. And it also means even in the UK, you can just top these up when you find a filling station that's got LPG, and you don't have to wait till your cylinders are empty and then try and find a stockist that can do the exchange for you. So LPG refillable, perfect. And another advantage of having the Serbo and Gaslow system together is I can monitor the levels of the LPG tanks from the comfort of my own sofa.
In December 2024, we had a big upgrade on the van that we've been looking forward to for a really long time, and that was the installation of the Level M Pro hydraulic levelling legs. Now I know that not everybody sees the point, but for us, it's something we really wanted. We use the controller here, the touch of a button, and we can get level no matter where we are. We have had some people say, oh, you don't ever show it on a really unlevel surface. We've used it all over the place, but we can only show you where we go. So if you have a look at our Sirencester video, our pitch there was pretty steep. So we are quite up in the air at the front there. I love it if I go away on my own in the van. I don't have to worry about chocks and trying to drive up onto chocks when I'm on my own. So we love the Level M Pro. It's well worth the money in our opinion, and we would definitely have it on any future vans as well.
Can I just say, we also had the first installation of Level M Pro in the UK. Just saying.
We've also had the Camos 360 camera system installed, and that has been really comforting for me. This is a really big van, it's 9 meters long, and anybody that saw my video a couple of years back when I went to the Newbury Warners show on my own, on the way home, parking up the van, I might have had a little tiny accident. If we'd had this system then, it wouldn't have happened. So the Camos system gives you a 360-degree view of the outside of the vehicle. So when you're driving along, you can see your blind spot. And when you're parking, it's brilliant because you can see exactly what's going on. It also acts as a dash cam, but a 360-degree dash cam. It records as you drive along. So it's a dual purpose winner, in my opinion. The way it works is they install 4 cameras on the outside of your vehicle, and then some sort of wizardry software stitches all of those images together, and it creates that 360-degree view of what's going on outside. It's really saved my bacon a few times now when I've been on my own and trying to park up this very long vehicle. And our latest big upgrade was the VB semi-air suspension and handling package and uprating of the vehicle weight. When we decided that we were going to move into the van full time, payload was a huge problem. So this ticked off several different boxes for us. We've got a smoother ride. The handling is so much better going around corners, and when it's windy, you don't get that wallow on the road. The vehicle sits higher on the road, so actually you've got a better driving position. We're already noticing we're grounding out less. And last but not least, payload, going from 5 to 5.5 ton means I can have all the clothes and shoes that I want.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
So the VB semi-air suspension, along with the handling package, that definitely made a difference to the front of the van, as well as the semi-air suspension we had at the back of the van. Again, definitely not everybody's cup of tea. It is a big investment, but for us and the way that we use our motorhome, it's been brilliant.
Let's talk safety and security. On the outside, we've got our blink cameras. We've also got these inside as well, but we've got them both sides at the back, and these have a view all the way down the outside of the van. From the app, you can log into these remotely, anytime, any place. just give you that peace of mind that you can see what's going on. You can set them so they're activated by movement as well. So if you park your van somewhere you're not too sure, and every time someone triggers the camera, you get a notification. The next thing, Van Guardian. We love our Van Guardian. The Van Guardian is basically a perimeter protection for your van. And what it does is it sounds an alarm should someone even so much as touch your van. Now the beauty of this is that not only does it protect your van when you're out, you can set it when you're in. So if you're in your van on a park up somewhere, maybe doing a bit of wild camping, and you want to protect yourself, give you that peace of mind when you're in the van, set it before you go to bed, and you can move around inside, no problem, but it still gives you that perimeter protection from the outside. So if I so much as touch this panel, and it goes off. Now should I touch it again, it's going to activate the whole system. That's now a warning shot, but if I touch it again, it will set the whole alarm off. Fantastic. If you haven't heard of them, have a look at vanguardian.co.uk and they'll have something for your van as well. Also in our security section, we have inside, we have the bear lock, and we have the bear safe as well. The bear lock is fantastic, and if you don't know what the bear lock is, it essentially locks your van in gear, ideally reverse, and so should any tow rag get into your van, all they can do is take it in reverse. They can't really go anywhere, and it's really subtle, just a simple barrel on the dashboard, but big in Europe apparently, but not really heard of here. And so that's Bear Lock. Look them up because they do locks for all sorts of vans, and it really does protect your van, peace of mind. And there's things like crook locks are really good, but what do you do with them when you're not using them? They just get in the way. This is dead simple. So highly recommend the Bear Lock. The last thing in our security and safety section is our OCO puncture control we've had fitted in all of our tyres. If you haven't heard of this, it's effectively a chemical that they pump into your tyre, and it means unless you completely slash your tyre, you can never get a puncture again. What it does is it maintains your tyre pressure, which improves road safety and protects you from experiencing a blowout or even just the inconvenience of a puncture at the roadside. And did you know also, if you come across a tyre with the blue cap on your valve, that means the tyres had got some kind of chemical additive inside it. Who knew that? I didn't.
We've also made some nice homely changes to the van as well. One of the first things we did was change the table. Most motorhomes have a huge table in the lounge area that you can't actually walk round. So we got some of our friends to make us a nice wooden table. We used the original mechanism, but it's just that little bit smaller, so we can move around it, but it's still a practical space and we can still comfortably sit 4 people around it. We also had the seats completely reupholstered and covered in leather. Wasn't too keen on the brown colour, and it was quite difficult to keep clean. So knowing we had a grandson on the way, the leather is perfect and I think it looks lovely. And then most recently, we had new carpets. We found somebody through Facebook who just does them as a little bit of a retirement project, and he's done a fantastic job. The carpets fit a treat and they were an absolute bargain.
If you've made it this far in the video, congratulations, well done. We're into the miscellaneous section now, you lucky people. So the first thing in this section is our shelf. We like to call it the Radford shelf because we stole the idea from them. But quite simply, looks a bit like a locker on the outside, but gives you a shelf. You can put your barbecue on here. You can put your barbecue on here if you buy the right size. Unfortunately, that's not something I did, so our barbecue's too big. I bought the wrong one, but still handy, really handy actually going to barbecue to put all your sauces on here. So a really handy shelf, and you can just fold it away and it looks like a locker. And if you're on an air or something like that in Europe where you're not allowed your table and chairs out, it's kind of quite convenient to have that shelf. So that's the first thing in this section. As we're outside, The next thing in our miscellaneous section is our ceramic coating. Now, I have to say, I'm quite embarrassed to show you, the van is filthy, but we had the ceramic coating put on probably about 4 years ago now, and it's kept the van looking immaculate. And the beauty of this is not only does it protect your paintwork, it's so easy to clean, so easy to clean. So when I do finally get my act together and give it a clean, people always think, oh, you must spend hours cleaning your van. Not really, because the coating just looks after it. And it's not just the cab, it's the whole van, including the roof as well. You know that green slime that goes on your roof? Just wipes away. It's dead simple. So would highly recommend a ceramic coating. Look after your pride and joy. Our ceramic coating was done by PP Protect. Rich at PP Protect specialises in motorhomes. He does a proper job. There is not anything that he misses, internally and externally as well, I like to say. Oh, there's one more upgrade I want to show you out here. This is Dora's fault, right? She sent me a link from Facebook about this cheeky upgrade. Don't know if she was serious or not, but I ordered it and I need to show you. Give me 1 sec. Check that out. How sexy are they?
You okay?
I'm fine, thank you for asking. Love those. A cheeky little upgrade with the darkened lens on your indicators. It's the small things in life, but you know what? I love it. So that just about wraps up our upgrades. It's a bit of a whistle-stop tour, so if you do want more information, drop it in the comments. Oh, hang on a minute. There's one more. There's one more upgrade I really need to show you. And some of you have asked about this, so it's your fault. You asked about it. Now you're going to find out. Let me go and get it. This is my whip, my new whip.
How old are you?
Could me or the car be more gangster? Are we gangster? No. So this is the BYD Dolphin Surf. Small, compact, does the job. You know what? And it's all electric as well. How spot on was my timing with the way the fuel prices are going at the moment? I could not have timed it better. So this is the final piece of our jigsaw to mean that whilst out here on this CL, we've got complete flexibility to come and go as we need to. I'm at work all day, so I've taken a car, and Dora was stranded, so we needed a second car, so we've both got flexibility to come and go. And gotta say, despite the colour, I love it. I love it. I went for this colour. Okay, I'll tell you the real reason. Because it was free. It was the colour that was the standard colour. It only comes in 4, and all the others are, I think it's something like £800 more, which is crazy. So so in the end, we ended up with, I think it's lime green, although Dora is convinced it's just yellow. But if you ask BYD, it's lime green. The extras that come as standard on this are incredible, I would like to say. Anyone else got a BYD? How do you feel about it? I love ours. It's the smallest BYD they do, and it's a mid-range Dolphin Surf, but yeah, absolutely spot on. And you'd like it as well, don't make out you don't.
Thank you for watching, and if you've got any questions about any of our upgrades, please pop it in the comments and we'll be happy to give you more information.